man. Getting here nice and timely, you know?
If someone is mentally ill and drug addicted, it can't be an excuse. It can't be a get out of jail free card. They need help, they need care, they need to be looked after, and they need to be addressed appropriately. We are all victims of this failed government policy. Stop the insanity. Premier Eby and your provincial government, you did this. It must end now. Help law-abiding, tax-paying, caring citizens care about us. Save our streets. What we have now is anarchy. There's a lot to resolve here to get this right, and I personally will not stop until it's all uncovered. Enough is enough. There is no doubt money changing hands and backdoor deals and profit being made on the backs of the taxpayers. And that's us. And we'll get those answers uncovered. This will not continue any longer if the citizens have anything to do with it. The citizens have had enough.
Oh, okay.
It must end now. No more. Thank you. Kevin Shaw is going to speak again.
Lower the mic because I'm a short little guy with a big voice. Good morning, I'm Kevin Shaw from Nanaimo. Sad situation happening here in Duncan in the Cowichan Valley. Unfortunately, it's happening in Nanaimo too. It's happening in Campbell River. It's happening in Parksville. It's happening all over Vancouver Island and all of British Columbia. This is not right. It has to end. For over 20 years now, 20 years, I've been fighting for a better downtown Nanaimo, a better city for everyone. What you all want here too, same thing. We are all feeling the effects of social disorder, open drug use, massive overdose deaths and crime. And it's getting worse. The provincial government is letting it. It is their fault.
Yes, it is.
Right. I'm a member of so many groups now. The Nanaimo Neighborhood Network Association. I'm the founding president of the Victoria Crescent Business Association. I'm with the Nanaimo Area Public Safety Association, who helped found the now BC-wide Save Our Streets Coalition. And that organization now has 70 community groups throughout BC, chambers of commerce, business improvement associations, and safety organizations. All of us, like you, we're trying to survive. We're trying to survive and have those on our streets with disorders and mental illness and drug addiction. We want them to survive too, all of us, to be happy. But we cannot put up with the growing lawlessness and the social disorder we are experiencing. The fire behind me was set. And why? Well, from what I'm hearing, a few people on the sidewalk had a fire going. They were shooed away. They were mad. They came back. They broke the window. And they threw something flammable inside. And now, look what's happened to this. This is wrong. This is bad. This is a crime. But will those responsible be held accountable? We would. There are now two sets of laws going on. It's all out of control, out of whack. Enough is enough. 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 We all want people who are addicted to drugs. We want detox for them. We want complex care in a safe setting for those trying to cope with severe mental illness. But for anyone who commits a crime, a horrible, a violent crime, we demand jail. We want jail to help them, but to save us. We all just want to feel safe, but right now as we stand here, we really don't. I know I don't. The provincial government has failed. and they're doubling down, and they're hitting repeat and repeat on a crazy system that is not working. Is drug decriminalization working? I ask you, is it working? No. Is drug decriminalization working? No. One more time, is drug decriminalization working? No. So, just stop it, Premier Eby. Stop it, provincial government. Enough is enough. There's more social disorder, more fires on our streets, fires set to buildings like the thrift store, which poorer people, or even those of us who are middle income, cannot go to anymore because it's been destroyed. And why? The craziness has now engulfed our cities, our once quiet, calm, beautiful neighborhoods. This can all be prevented, but the provincial government must change course. It must stop knee-jerk emotional responses and its paid-for studies and bring in common sense. The province has created a huge industry with lots of your tax money, but more people are dying from drug overdoses, even with so-called safer supply. More seniors are afraid to go out. Our children are being traumatized. More people are getting hurt on our streets in our cities. Businesses cannot survive because of all this social disorder. Our towns are literally falling apart and they're decaying. Makes me tear up. It must stop, Premier Eby. It must stop. You are responsible. What you're doing is not helping. We, the silent majority, must speak up. Do not bury your heads hoping it'll go away. It's getting worse. It's all getting worse. So stand up. Thank you for coming here today. Every single one of us deserves to feel safe. We've had enough, Premier Eby and your cabinet and your government. Stop the insanity. This is not only a public health emergency, which was declared now 7 long years ago. This is a public safety emergency for every single one of us. Enough is enough. 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 Thank you so much. Travis, do you want to introduce the rest of the people? Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. That was great. He's got lots of experience. He's been facing this for a long time. Next, we have Clayton Frost is going to come up and say a few words.
Yeah, Clayton!
Yeah, Clayton! Hey, everybody. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, so I'm going to be reading off this thing. Thanks for all for coming out. My name's Clayton Frost, proud to be born and raised in the Cowichan Valley. I want to start by saying the most important job a man can have is to be a good father, which is why I'm here today. The situation on our streets is absolutely horrifying. At the age of 12, my daughter had to walk through dense encampments of disturbed criminals daily. Her classmates have been sexually assaulted. She's witnessed more dead people on the streets than I can count on both hands. She's walked through human feces, garbage, needles, drugs, violence, fornication, you name it, every day just to get to and from school. No child should have to witness or navigate these things to attend school. I started driving her while in her mom's care to avoid an inevitable tragedy at Cowichan, which is like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but walking from here to there can be quite something. It's not fair that our children are being terrorized, and it's due to government policy gone wrong. Just days ago, her school was put into a code red lockdown due to a mentally ill person high on government-supplied drugs running the hallways, from what I hear, with a knife, or at least that's what I hear from the children in attendance. But you won't hear that in the media, and you can be certain they'll do their best to cover that up. I personally believe that the ideologies of our progressive government are to blame. And it's negligent, it's incompetence by our woke leaders. I'm also a businessman. I founded and operated numerous successful companies in the Cowichan Valley. I never have seen things this bad before. The toll it has taken in recent years is extremely disheartening. We had to shut one of our restaurants down in 2022 due to the amount of break-ins and robberies we sustained. We've had the panels peeled from our building, food taken, tills ransacked, Charlie, I'm looking at you, stolen multiple times. Anything that wasn't bolted to the ground was taken or vandalized. Now, I understand that the homeless situation is complex and it's a nuanced problem that I do have empathy for. It's well known that at the Little Corner Sandwich Shop, we always had a warm cup of soup for anybody in need. You know, I donate to the food banks, the shelters. I help Travis, you know, with handing out blankets and toe warmers on cold nights. But our current approach is a slippery slope that is not only dangerous to the public, but the addicts it supports. If I were in their shoes, I would hope to God somebody would have the common sense to put me in jail or some type of institution so that I might have a chance at life. Amen. Oh yeah. Handing out endless free drugs and giving them privileges that promote their toxic lifestyle only aggravate an already blistering wound on society. Our town is literally on fire. Maniacs are threatening our children. Schools aren't safe. Businesses are suffering and people are being assaulted. What is Bonnie Henry's solution? More free drugs. Give them more free drugs. It's absolutely absurd. This is a federal and provincial problem. We, in our small communities, are left to deal with it. We don't have the support. We don't have the resources, and we don't have the manpower. We can't ignore this problem any longer. No more free drugs on the streets. Put the people who want help in institutions, and put the goddamn criminals in jail.
Yes! Enough!
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough!
Thank you.
Enough is enough! 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 Enough is enough. We've had it. I'd like to ask Laura to come up and say a few words if she can.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Laura.
So they're all wonderful speakers, and I fully agree with everything they've been saying. My name is Laura, and I've lived in the Cowichan Valley for 33 years. I co-own a commercial property in town, and I have to say enough is enough with all the stuff that we as business owners and commercial property owners are dealing with. The government has fatally failed our citizens with this safe injection site, and they have put our children in harm's way really badly. They need a pragmatic shift in their strategies to change this, and I don't think they know how. So we, the citizens, have to stand up and we have to tell them. They're not listening. We need to tell them. So we're all dealing with horrific situations on the street. This situation behind me is such a tragedy. That is a businessman who has been supporting the community. He's been doing a lot of good in the community. He's lost his business. The person who owns this business who owns the building, he's lost his building. What is going to happen? You know what happens? Every single one of you. Nobody's left out. We're all going to be paying for it. Did you know that? Our insurances are going up, our taxes are going up, everything we buy in every single store we go to is going up. Where is the answer? And Bonnie Henry recently on the news said, oh, we're introducing even safer drugs. Now, really? get rid of the bloody drugs. Let's clean the streets up. Let's move ahead and put these people where they have an opportunity to live and change their lives. My heart bleeds for people who are struggling and who are suffering and who are on the streets. And yes, I think, the city is trying, Duncan is trying to get these people, the little village on Trunk Road, that is a start. But now the one on White Street, I thought we could see it from here, but no, the complex on White Street, that building, which should have been in operation before winter, for homeless people struggling, and there, but for the grace of God, go you or I, we could all end up struggling. That building was given, the construction was given to an out-of-province company, and it's now bankrupt. So, now it's standing there like an eyesore. We've got to wake up. We have got to wake up. We have got to say, no, enough is enough.
Enough is
Enough. Enough is enough.
We're just gonna, Jared, could you come to the mic? Your mother is saying, come on to the mic. You can say a few words here, please.
Thanks, Mom. Just got here a couple minutes ago. Hope I don't repeat anything anybody else has said. My mom's got some lovely words. She's a much better speaker than I am. You guys all see it. The kids have to see it going to school in the little corners and the nooks and the crannies. There's needles I pick up daily that are bent upwards as traps. If they bend them upwards as traps so that your kids or me or someone else steps on them, that's not normal behavior. That's not somebody looking for help. That's just a person that's a bloody criminal. They're crap. They don't want to do what society needs them to do in this world. They want to booby trap slides in kids' playgrounds with razor blades that are construction epoxied onto the things. That stuff's sick, man. Anybody does that, they should go to jail. And as for the other people that are trying to get help, there are people out there trying to get help. Serious people that have mental illness and real problems. We can't even see them. They're lost in the haze of all the crap, of the crime and the bullshit that's going on out there. So we're not getting those people help. My mom brought up that building. Where'd that money go? How much money was made for an eyesore building to help people in need that's now an eyesore? Where'd the money go? Free drugs. Yeah. I don't have a lot to say. I didn't prepare a speech, but I stand with all you guys that have businesses that are struggling right now. I think it's time we start doing things the way we maybe used to do it in the past. Look at the way things used to be in a small town. There was never, ever this many drug addicts on the street overdosing and dying.
Not that long ago either.
No, a few years ago. These changes that have happened in the last 5-10 years with the government, we need to go back to the basics. They seem to work a lot better long term. People had help. Homeless people were sheltered, kept warm in the winter time. And as for these clean government drugs, come on people, when was there ever this many freaking fatalities from overdoses in the history? Ever! Our government doesn't care for us anymore. They're screwing us all over. It's time that every single person says something. Gotta end it. Thank you so much.
Way to go, Jared.
We got one more speaker here, is Charles Andre.
Sorry, I think my phone...
Hi everybody, I won't take much of your time. I just wanted to say last night at the town meeting, our RCMP officers admitted that they have no power over what's happening. It's a government issue, it's from the top down. Our own RCMP admitted that last night. Government problem. They are creating this problem.
100% political.
Okay, thank you everyone for speaking, showing up and being here. We're gonna do a little march. We're just gonna walk straight down York Street and have a look. Clearly, they just cleaned it up because they knew we were coming. Thankfully, the neighborhood gets relief for a few days. In a few days, it'll be back to the way it was. But we're gonna start walking right now. Thank you. Bring your signs.
Oh,
Go ahead, come on, join them. We need to show it. TV's here, they need the pictures. We really need to go. Now's the time to stand up. Let's go. Let's march. Right on. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Bottom of my heart, I mean it. I'm going to cry. Thanks.
Hey, let's go in.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Dick. How's it going? Good. Hey, Charles.
Hey, Tech, how you doing, sir?
Good.
How's everything?
Good.
Good, buddy. Good.
We got to change them.
Most people don't even live here.
I was born and raised in this town. I was born and raised in this town. I went to that school.
Yeah, where do you live now?
Crofton?
Yeah, right.
Part of the Cowichan Valley, sir.
Don't entertain it.
No, but we don't have one either. We'd like to be.
I said that like multiple times. Not one. Yeah. Nobody wants to work.
Are they coming back this way?
Looks like it.
Hey, good stuff. Okay, I'll wait here.
That's what I thought. Streaming live on YouTube. You want to say anything?
Hey, how's it going, Joseph? Hey, Cope. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. Let's get the safe supply off the streets. Drugs is not the solution. It's making it worse. Vote Conservative.
Thanks, Charles.
Cheers.
Away because there was a bunch there when I came.
Oh, I dare say, yeah.
Yeah.
George Soros funded agitators.
One of the news guys said that he went over there before the thing started, and they were all using, and he got too close himself.
Would not be surprised. Yeah, would not be surprised.
You're not recording me, are you?
It's all live, but don't worry, we're all
okay.
supporters.
I don't care.
I think all it really highlights is that there is no camp other than if you're in the camp of something has to be done about it.
Yeah.
And playing identity politics and trying to flirt the line of not really making a hard stand on either side of the coin has resulted in this.
Oh, yeah.
So we just need a politician that's okay with maybe being a bit of a heel, and just do something about it, make a stand, but playing in the very middle, nobody's happy.
That's right.
Like left, right, nobody's happy with what's currently happening, but kicking the can down the road and waiting for the next election and they'll handle it, that's not working.
That's right, absolutely.
Well, it's cheaper for the government to have these people die.
Give them tax-funded drugs
Yeah.
or access medically assistance in death. You have two options.
Yeah.
Compassionate care is not a thing, and that's what's going wrong in this country.
Yeah.
We have no leaders. We have no middle class or a common person that's leading the show. They're all elites, and they just all toe the party line. That's all they're doing. So we need an actual middle class common person to get in there, end safe supply, and start putting forward common sense solutions to our problems. Not giving drugs and MAID. That's not a solution.
No.
Well, it is, but it's a very evil and
Not a very
nefarious
good one.
Yeah, not a very good one. Not one that I support.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles.
Hey, no, cheers, Joseph. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and catch up to the crowd. So we had a chance to go out a few nights ago and talk to some people on the street. It's a very difficult situation, in my opinion, as on one side you do have people that have been on the street for years that obviously don't want to be here, but for circumstances they are, and they're looking for hope and something to do. Citizens groups like the Night Owls and Cheryl's group, Life on Wheels, do an excellent job of working outside of the government boundaries just to try to deliver things like blankets, socks, hot chili. There's certainly no lack of compassion for people that are stuck on the street. And the flip side of that is if the RCMP can't remove them, and of course parents and families don't want their children walking past it, then there needs to be a solution that both allows people to remain human, to not dehumanize people, to give them dignity, but on top of that, also look at what we're showing and teaching families, children, and community when community reaches out and asks for help. And it seems like local politicians would rather kick the can down the road, play the middle in hopes to perhaps favor votes or maybe toe a party line, then neither side gets any resolution. And for the moment, I think what this highlights is that the community has reached a point where perhaps maybe one side, call it left or right or east or west, north or south, whatever you want to say, if there's two sides of the coin, the point that we're at now is neither side is happy, so somebody needs to do something. And community is out here asking our elected officials to do something. They're saying that the province is failing us, and our local municipalities, for whatever power they do have to influence situations like this, need to step up and be an advocate and a voice for their local community. And obviously the people here today are saying that is not the case. So it will be interesting what the response will be, especially coming from Mayor Staples or Mayor Douglas, just about what they can do. Perhaps maybe not to pick a side, but if that side is to support community, most people here don't believe enough is being done. So as a call out to our local officials, the mayors, area directors, people here are looking for solutions. Who's going to be the first one to step up to offer them something? What's up, Savannah?
Hey.
How's it going? What's up? Oh, I'll get out of your shot.
So many reasons, but I'm a mother of an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, and for me, that is an opportunity, that's a time in their life where they should be free to start being a little bit more independent, walking out on their own, doing some stuff, feeling comfortable and confident they can do that. I don't feel comfortable and confident letting them go 2 feet out of my sight. It's tragic. It's so sad, the state of things, and I grew up in the Cowichan Valley, and it was not like this when I was a kid. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Another reason is because it's heartbreaking to see these people living on the street or injecting themselves in broad daylight and walking around. It's clear they're not well. It's clear they're struggling, and yet the answer is somehow to give them more drugs. I just don't understand. If it was my kid, what I would want is I would want them to go into rehab and be told, you have a chance here. You have support behind you. You have an opportunity, and you can get better. Throwing more drugs at them would just tell them the opposite. Like, hey, this is the best we can do. We'll try and make it a little safer so maybe you don't die today, but you are going towards death. To me, it's like, how is that common sense? How is that logical? How is that humane? How is that caring? How is that the best option? How is that success? Our level for success has gotten to this. Like, why can't we help these people come back into our communities and contribute? Fulfill their life. Like, there's so many people who used to be addicts, and they are now, if I was an addict now, I'd be lost. I'd be a lost cause. But thankfully, it was back then. I had support. I had people that cared enough to get me into rehab, and now I can actually advocate for the people on the streets. I can actually care. And I'm sick of people labeling us that we don't care about these people, or we don't understand, or we're just all about our own needs and our own wants. It's not true. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to witness, and
What's the answer?
What's the answer? We need government. If we're going to be shoveling out a whole bunch of money, I would like to think that our best answer is to throw that money towards trying to get these people support, whether it's giving them somewhere to stay, getting them detoxified off of drugs, rehab, supporting them in any way that they need, whether it's mental health support, because that's a crisis on its own right? How about not taxing?
Hey Joyce, any comments for those of us watching?
Yes, I attended the review last night with the RCMP locally, and one of the things I realized after that had been missed in my mind was that there was no discussion on whether or not the police can and do arrest drug dealers when they're seen right outside of the supportive housing on Paddle Road, for instance, which is called a wet house, because people are allowed to use. Drug dealers, apparently, I'm told by people that stay there, pull up and do their deals. In front of the Warmland Shelter on Lewis Street, they pull up and do their deals. People all know who the drug dealers are. And in front of the OPS. So what are the police able to do about the actual suppliers, besides the fact that our provincial government supplies drugs as well, and that we pay for it? To me, that's a huge issue. And what I'd like to see is detention centers built so that people have a place to be put when they are breaking into motorhomes and being aggressive and stealing. It seems that there's no enforcement or recourse for people that are actually breaking the law and threatening the lives and safety of other people. There's no place. So what about a detention center? What if it was out on Genoa Bay Road Farm? Genoa Bay Farm, the Cowichan First Nations was given $10 million in January 2021. It was in the newspaper that they were given $10 million to purchase the 350-acre Genoa Bay Farm. Forests, fields, ocean, a place to be safe and out of town and be healed. They need a healing center, and they need also detention centers, not in the same location. There's answers that we could be making, and I'd like to know what the BC opposition has been doing over all of these years as well. It's time for change, and our Conservative Party of British Columbia can make change happen with common sense and care for the people, and also responsible spending. My thoughts.
Thanks, Joyce.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go by John. John.
Hello, sir. How
Do you have some words for the people?
I think, Joe, the one message that keeps getting, that's starting to be heard more and more, is that this is 100% political, and it's time to change the politics. You know, we've had 32 years of successive Liberal and NDP government in British Columbia that have brought in the kinds of policies and laws that that brought on the safe supply and destigmatization, and have completely shifted away from the emphasis of recovery and detox and rehabilitation. And we all know what happened to the institutions in British Columbia, which sent many people onto the streets with mentally ill sicknesses that we can take care of. We're a civilized society. We have the capacity, we have the human services, resources available if we spend the money in the right way to fix all of the problems. Government is making this problem sound complex, but it's not. Yes, people are individuals and they have individual needs, but once we get down to those individual needs, I think there will be quite a different picture if we shift that emphasis onto rehabilitation, recovery, and institutionalization for those who just cannot live for themselves on the streets. We have to get back to common sense in British Columbia, and it's 100% political.
Do you want to pitch anything for your campaign?
Well, I'm the candidate for the Cowichan Valley, the Conservative Party of British Columbia. This will be my 9th campaign. I've been talking about these issues for quite a long time. The evidence is before everybody's eyes now. They're starting to see the effects of bad policy decision making, and we have a platform to shift the focus, shift the emphasis, and put BC back on track and make our streets safe again and build our economy up so that people have opportunity going forward.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Good luck, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
What's your solution? You have a solution.
Pardon me?
You have a solution.
Well, I mean, it's going to take, it's complex. It's not easy.
How's it going, Tech?
Good, Joseph. This is the council.
Yeah, I haven't gone for a while. I've been leaving it up to Adriana.
Yeah,
but yeah.
she's been fine. She's doing a great job.
Well, the paper's taken a lot more time. We have more and more pages and that kind of stuff. So there's more work to be done.
Absolutely.
My thing died, but his sign is so cute.
His little sign? Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, I'm Travis.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe, yeah. I organized this.
Yeah, we came out to you guys at the curling rink the first time to see what was going on.
Oh, yeah. This is a different group. Yeah, I'm Travis.
Can I ask you a couple questions? Are you doing an interview or?
If I can steal you first, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Just here, I'll be up from you here. I'm just doing a simple Facebook Live to our group, but we do have almost 2,000 followers, so
Awesome.
we got a solid group.
Yeah, right.
We're based right out of Cowichan, so most of the people you're talking to will be fairly local.
Yeah, right.
We covered some of what you guys have done so far, but it'd be great to get just a super quick rundown and kind of what your group hopes to get out of this.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we're demanding the full retraction of decriminalization, and the court systems being able to instill some justice into the crime that's going on in town. Like there's no accountability. There's consequence for people lighting places on fire, scaring people, theft. It's everything that's going on right now, and it's the provincial government's problem. They caused all this.
Do you have a message for either Mayor Staples or Mayor Douglas as to maybe what they can do to help us out?
Yeah, they need to end this right now. We're demanding that this program that's in place right now, the pilot program that Michelle Staples instigated, and the first year of the 3-year program that the provincial government has started needs to end right now. It needs to stop. It needs to be completely retracted and restructured in a more holistic way that's able to help people in need, not just give them free drugs and hand them back out on the street. It needs to be looked after, and people need care. People need help, and we're all victims here because there's people lashing out at our schools, around our children, and it's not acceptable.
You want to do a super quick pitch? Where do people find you?
Canadian Citizens Against Crime and Public Drug Abuse is the Facebook group, and that's it's a private group, so you need to join and I'll approve you, and then get in the conversation and be in the loop of everything we're doing. Ultimately, this is just the first successful good rally with some momentum on it. We're going to keep building and building and building, and we're looking for a province-wide protest in every city of the province until this is done and looked after.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I am afraid that someone with a penis is going to go in there and expose them. And do the makeup and stuff, and have a space where she and other girls can be in common.
Yeah, it's public space though, so I can film.
Yeah, but I don't.
That women being sexually assaulted by men is a huge problem. I don't think that making a safe space
Not
is
legally,
just
but
feel safe
yeah,
in gendered
yeah,
washrooms.
but it's also good to spread the word out. There's so many people that will never hear this argument if we don't film it.
You understand that?
So are you advocating for
to
not?
ask if someone is given permission for you to record what they're saying, is what I'm saying.
I don't
Yeah.
feel safe being in an
So you're saying that we shouldn't cover the event?
I need somewhere to go.
No,
Yeah,
I just think
absolutely.
that you
Absolutely.
filming someone,
ratio
these two
should
people
it
who
be?
haven't given consent is like not
What ratio should it be of
journalistic
your kind
integrity.
of toilet and my family's kind of toilet?
Okay, thank you.
I wouldn't make it an us versus
Sorry, Paul.
them.
Well, we got lots of different viewpoints out here. It's obvious people are going to be on edge. It's unfortunate that to get information out there or to follow up for anything, you do have to play guard. And I certainly understand that. Obviously, for us, we only film in public, so I'm happy to film whatever happens to be going on. Anybody who's attending a protest is obviously making themselves publicly available, so I'm happy to film that. I don't think that lady knew that we know those people. But that's all good. We'll leave it. I think that's about it for the live stream today. I'll make some edits and whatnot later. So thanks everyone for viewing. We'll be out here hopefully covering everything, and we'll see if we get any response from Mayor Rob Douglas or Michelle Staples. I'd be impressed. So this is Joseph with Cope. Take care, guys.